All right, Stephan, we've just filled the room with manufacturers, and we're not talking just the executives with manufacturers. We're bringing in the reps and the product designers and the support professionals and everyone who makes a manufacturer work. So our first question is going to be pointed at the manufacturer reps. Those are the folks that are coming in the showrooms, that are working with the retail sales that all just left. So my question to you is, similar to the salesperson question, is what do you feel like makes a great manufacturer rep?
A great rep is available to the sales staff. A great rep is either available by phone and answers that phone and doesn't let it go to voicemail all the time. And he can be reached by email, and he should be getting back to the salesperson in due time, which I would say shouldn't be longer than 12 hours. The availability at the store is also very important, and making contact with everybody in the store. And when I mean everybody in the store, this goes from the receptionist to the service department to knowing who is running the warehouse and who is running purchasing. There's a lot of reps that just do head office jobs, that just go to the head guys that are making decisions, and that is not very nicely looked upon by the sales staff. So our sales staff needs support, and they need that support when it is urgent, when there is an issue. A great sales rep helps out, is always willing to help out when there's a service issue. Lately, inventory issues, who can I call? The rep can always help out because they have access to that information. I think that it also needs to be known that a rep got to be aware of the position that the brands that he represents play in the overall market scheme. That goes back into training. When certain companies train, you always hear, "Oh, we're the best in this, and we're the best in this." And we possibly sit there and listen to that, but we know it isn't, right? So that makes it very difficult to, develop this standing of being a representative of his particular company, supplier, distributor, or manufacturer, but knowing exactly where that brand portfolio that you're representing or that particular brand belongs in that store or in the industry. I think that awareness is shown only in great reps.
This is fabulous feedback for the reps, and kind of going on top of what you said at the beginning, being responsive, is I found myself in sales that the more responsive the rep was, the more likely I was to sell their products because I knew I'd get
Absolutely.
my questions, answers, the service there. So I often leaned, the reps I could lean on, I sold more of their stuff. So that,
There's definitely a direct correlation to that.
right. So my next question is, now we're going to turn to the product teams. Those are the folks that are designing the updates or the new products or something that's coming out. Is what sort of retail feedback do you feel like these product teams should be paying more attention to?
Well, we only gain experience if we fail, right? So any failure of products or repeated failures should be going back to the engineering team or through the rep or through the product team. It depends what company you're dealing with. Sometimes we have access directly to product management, which is helpful. And I think they should hear about the great and the not so great. So when products repeatedly fail in a particular element or category, then that needs to be reported back, and they need to work on that, and they need to give feedback. I think the feedback from the salespeople is rather personalized and itemized and true. I have been with companies that did research. Um, One was done in Atlanta, and the behavior of a testing a new appliance, and you see people walk through operating that appliance. That behavior did not apply at all to us in Western Canada, how people behave. It's just a localized good product presentation, but the feedback was not what we needed. So, and then I have been on many forums trying to help manufacturers build a better dishwasher, build a better slide-in range, build appliances all together. And some go to various extents to do that really, really well, and then come out with the proper features.
And if you found, not to mention any brands, but the brands that, tend to listen more to that feedback are having success with that?
Yeah, I think the people that take the right approach have had successes. And, an engineer is a fantastic piece in the chain of building appliance, but an engineer is sometimes locked away in the back and doesn't live life like other people and doesn't use appliances to that extent. He possibly starts using appliance with the feature that he just designed, but ignores that it is not that important. Um, I did that several times for laundry and dishwashers, and yeah, some of the outcomes were not desirable. Funny enough, I sent a 9-page report about a particular dishwasher production that I tested at home, and mentioned all the issues that later on went wrong. And it took about 2 years, and now they don't make that dishwasher anymore.
Oh.
So it was foreseeable, but they possibly
Mhm.
didn't read it or they did not take it seriously. And uh, yeah, I think the feedback from industry specialists is superbly important. Uh, and you would not believe how often that is overlooked. I
Hmm.
can't tell you how often I go every year to kitchen and bath show where the newest innovation are shown, and I can go to the same manufacturers every year. They show a no dishwasher, and they still haven't learned how to make a proper basket.
Fascinating. So that's good, and that's great feedback. And hopefully, the folks that joined us today do take that feedback to heart.